Hi there, my name is Belinda Dovston and welcome to the I Ching Cafe, where we celebrate clarity, agility and mastery using the powerful insight into change. Right, so this is our weekly overview for the week commencing the 3rd of February 2020. Yes, we are in February, and if you've not yet done so, go and check out February's overview for what to pay attention to throughout the month of February. Last week we had 50, the cauldron locked. So what were you cooking? What came out of the transformation of the week? What was the creative, innovative process of turning raw ingredients into food to share with your tribe and of course lead into gold? Please do share that in the comments. That would be lovely to hear from you. Right, so let's get into this week. 3rd of February 2020. We have our first hexagram is hexagram 25 called Innocence or Disentangling. And this hexagram is asking us this week to focus on disentangling ourselves from complex, conniving emotions. Okay. So we think about a child who's young and innocent and sees the world for what it is. Every situation comes along, and when they're very young, they just see it as it is. They don't have all this attachment and meaning and memory and things attached to things. And so their responses are, I see this thing as it is and I respond to this as if it's never happened before. Whereas we get older, we start building these beaded strings of memories and associations. So someone says something and off we go along this long association, and we come out at a totally different place at the end of our thinking because we have a unique cluster of related thought forms in our mind and in our history based on our life experience. This week, we are experiencing some challenge. I'm going to tell you like it is. I don't think this is going to be an easy week for us, but what it shows is that some difficulties and some emotional issues and some dramas potentially come up for us in the week. And what we're being asked to do is to not deal with it in a calculated, complex, conniving way. We have to approach it with a view of disentangling ourselves from those strings of beads. And we have to see things as they are without all the hidden emotional noise we naturally put over stuff. Be the child that sees it for what it is and not the baggage and the beads, right? And that allows us to deal with what usually comes up with this hexagram 25 is something unexpected. My I Ching teacher said, this would be the unexpected pregnancy hexagram. So I don't wish that for you if that's not what you want. But what it really tries to show is the idea of unexpected things coming. And we have to disentangle ourselves from preconceived ideas, misconceptions, preconceptions, cynicism, like all these emotions, envy and jealousy and control and all these lovely emotions we know how to use. And just see it as for what it is. Let go of all that stuff. Disentangle ourselves from complexity. See it simply and see it for what it is. Now, for this week, we have one changing line in the 5th position. And this is an interesting changing line. It says, if this is not your stuff, or it has no place with you, whatever has arisen that's unexpected, whatever the drama is that has arisen, don't use medicine to cure stuff that's not yours. And so you can imagine that something comes up and you want to fix it. You want to apply medicine. You want to use an external aid to solve a problem. But if it's not yours, it's not your issue, you didn't start it, it's not your stuff, it's over there, don't use medicine. Let it just sort itself out. So there's something here where you have to just take a moment and just think of my words when that thing comes up and say, this is not my stuff, not my circus, not my monkeys. I don't have to use medicine. All I have to do is just step back, disentangle myself from all the emotional attachments of the situation, and it'll sort itself out. And that's what the changing line is trying to make us pay attention to. So in a nutshell, with this hexagram 25 Innocence, this is not about being clever or trying to work out a clever deal or trying to be too controlling around how you make the deal happen, whatever the deal is for you this week. It's about just being open and disentangling from all the expectations and the attachments to what must be, rather focus on what it is. And if it's not your stuff, the changing line says, leave alone the medicine. Just walk away, back away. It'll sort itself out. The outcome hexagram, or the second hexagram this week is transforming into, is hexagram 21, biting through. We have had this one before. You'll see from the hexagram shape, it looks like an open mouth with the top and the bottom lines being the two lips. And across the mouth is a blockage. Okay, it's preventing you from biting. So biting through is about biting through an obstacle. It is the story of Alexander the Great and the Gordian knot, of taking a sword and slicing through the issue. Okay? Careful negotiation with a knot is not going to get this infinite knot undone. The sword will get it done. And so this is about taking drastic action around solving a problem, but taking big, bold, quick action to solve it. So the reason I mentioned earlier that I think it's going to be a bit of a difficult week is I think that there's going to be quite a lot of emotional stuff come up this week for us. And there'll be things that get drummed up in this 25 innocence, unexpected energy of change that we start the week with. And as a result, things come out that we need to cut with the sword. Okay, so just be aware that, be open, and when the thing comes that you need to deal with it, take that sword and cleave it in two. Just deal with it and get rid of it. It particularly can also relate to litigation, legal matters, lawyers, or criminal issues, but just take action. Don't delay. Do not put off the action that is required to cut through the problem. Interesting week. I'm looking forward to hearing from you how you experienced this flow of change. A reminder also, if you've not yet done so, the yearly overview of 2020, looking back at 2019, what we were supposed to learn, and looking ahead to 2020, what's our key focus areas. Hexagram 25 is our main hexagram for 2020. So there's a connection here that's being triggered this week, and I highly encourage you to go and watch that video or listen to that episode if you have not yet done so. Have a fabulous week. Really rooting for you to disentangle, cut through the rope, cut through the knot that's holding you back, and embrace the change. Let the change come into you and transform you so that you can act in a new way. Thank you so much, and see you soon.